me just a second, guys. Somebody put that in Discord for me. Man, what is going on? What is going on? Give me just a second here. Got my shit out of order. Hope everybody's doing well. Pull up the comments. All right. All right, man. Slowly getting my shit back together here. What's going on, man? What's going on? Day trading NVIDIA here. I was up pretty good in the morning and gave back some. What's up? What's up? Yes, 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 yes. What's up, Gavin? What's up, Matt? Christina? Hope you guys, everybody's doing okay. Looking at a chart in NVIDIA here. Hold on, let me tell everybody I'm live, man. Run through the whiteboard, man. See what's going on. It is raining really hard here. And so it's coming on. I had a pretty fucked up phone call, so I'm trying to get my shit together here. Let's see. All right, so hopefully everybody can hear me, man. Good afternoon, MP. What is up, man? Money pie. I don't know what that stands for, but all right. So we're looking at a thing of, man, I appreciate you. I love you too, man. Oh, I'm trying to unrattle myself here. Just saying. All right, man. What's up, Sugar Lumps? What's up, man? What's good? What's good? Whatever's going on is better for you, my man. It's going to get better for you, man. I appreciate that. Something doing YouTube and Instagram and shit like that is very difficult. Let me double check I got the right mic on. It's very difficult to do if you get upset for whatever reason. All right. Whatever the reason may be. So we're looking at this here. We got two money flow patterns going here. As you guys know, I believe the market moves in 4 stages, and that by its very nature, it's fractal, like money, like time. And we know prices tend to move sideways. They drift higher, what we call the uptrend. They move sideways, and then they drift down before moving sideways and then drifting back up. And that's the game, man. That's the game. Sugar Lump says that UNH, is starting to recover. So that's nice. We're looking at a couple here. Let's leave this up. Oh, come on, man. I've been playing with the new charts because they don't do this. With that little thing that happens right there where it goes away. They don't. Uh-oh, got a doji. So we'll see what happens here. So let me pull up some of these other stocks. It is raining like a bitch here. I mean, it is really coming down right now. Hopefully I don't get kicked off here. All right. And let me pull up a whiteboard. Peters report. All right. So we're holding it. We're at 142.81 here on the video. A lot of people, they didn't like I put old Tom in here in the newsletter. If you go in the newsletter, first couple pages, I have what's his name? Tom. A lot of people don't like him because they say he's a perma bull. He's always bullish. Yeah, because stock market goes up 70% of the time. That's why he's always bullish, because he'll be right most of the time. If I was an analyst, I'd be bullish too. I'd just stay bullish. Right here, it's on page 5 of the newsletter. GP enjoys Tom's commentary on the markets. I do enjoy Tom's work. He works for a different company now than when I first started watching him. I just closed out this trade, by the way, on and in the newsletter, let's check on this one while we're here. Shit, man, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. Yeah, I don't know whether Tom does the 4 stages or not. Don't really matter. I'm sure he's got some way of figuring out what's what. You know, this yellow line here, you'll see where price ran up and it sticks to it. It gets stuck right there. That's the 200-day simple moving average, 200 period moving average. Since we're on a 1 minute, this would be a 200-minute moving average. Okay, so it's fractal. It's denominary based on the time frame. So if we were to go from a 1 minute to say a 5 minute on the video, right? What do we have? We still have a stage 2, which we know is defined as price breaking out right here above the 20 simple period moving average. So it's a 20 period meaning the period of the time frame that we're set to here. What's up, Instagram? We're live over on YouTube, if that helps, man. And oh shit, sorry about that. Shared the wrong. Hold on, where are we at? Come on, man, get your shit together, G. Here, let's close this out. Anyway, right in here, right around $142. Right around this 142.50 range, we see price break above that green line. Well, that green line is the 20 period simple moving average. It is just calculating 20 of these bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. So that blue dotted line is averaging these 10 and coming up with an average, which is pretty much right in the middle. Oh, I'm back in. I didn't realize I'd actually gotten short. That was dumb. I didn't mean to do that. We're back in. I don't know why it didn't come down lower on this. Let's update this, see if that helps. No. Oh, I'm on a 1 minute over here, and over here I'm on a 5 minute. No wonder. Duh. All right, so right here, we had a breakdown of the 20-day or the 20 period moving average. What's up, Frank? What's up, Blake? Hope you guys are doing well. All right, so we see price runs up, tags at 200 and stops, man. That shit is so common to see price. Market just closed and bam, tags it. Boom, tags it and calls it a day. Now, it may keep going. So I'm going to put it on. Let's put it on after hours right here. Extended hours. Hope you see that. Right here. See where it says extended hours? You click that, and now we can watch the after hours. So the next thing that comes up should be after hours. Yep, extended hours. And if you notice, where did price stop, man? When it moved up. Well, shit, it stopped where it been before. And look at this. 1, 2, 3. Now, some people might say, oh, that's that is what you call, that's what you call a triple top. And some people might refer to it as that, a triple top, man. My man Jake says CVX Chevron, one of the dogs of the Dow, by the way, looking good. Caught a 300%er return with options. Nice. I like to, if I do options, I like to use the dogs of the Dow. I enjoy those. So let's see. All right. If any of you guys that are in the second income stream with me, I want to bring your attention to some Chinese plays here. Baba. This is the option income from YieldMax. Big run up. Big stage 2. Big stage 3. Look at the size of that, man. We'll get to Chevron here in a minute. Big drop. Look at this drop, man. Boom. So we've seen this play out basically all the charts, right? Stage 1 is down here, right? What do we got? Stage 2 up here. Got our 2. What? We got our stage 3 right up in here. And if you don't have my class Getting Started with Stock Charts, where I go into, I think exhaustive, boring detail, how to exactly determine the top, the bottom, as far as in the money flow way, how to exactly determine your exact entry point, where you count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when this happens, you do this. Okay, that's a repeatable path. That falls in line with our 9 thoughts on getting rich, right? Our 9 thoughts on getting rich. Let's see. Let me try to pull up something here. Oop, wrong one. Man. So I've been working on some cool shit for a handbook here for the money flow for local chapters of the MFG. Maybe we could spread this movement, the concept, QUBT, been on a crazy run, should have taken that trade. Whenever you see a trade like that, I'll give you a suggestion. And you're like, man, I wish I could get in this. Just buy 5 shares. Sometimes that'll get you back in later, or it'll keep you involved in it. Now, we know when we're looking at the money flow that we're looking at the concept of accumulation, markup, distribution, and markdown. That price flows through this. That's the concept of the wave, the money flow wave. Okay? And we see over here best time for buying, best time for selling. I don't know if that's the right term. And this one's pretty linear, right? That picture there, I used to tell people that here, and this is more like it on page 11. Got it. I guess it's more toward this. We update it every Sunday. Hopefully it helps you. Let me know. I put a lot of work into it. So there's no cost at all. It's free. If you wanted to help on that end, just get into the trade of the week. That's all you have to do. So again, here we see the money flow trading system, 4-stage of price movement. And that's kind of more what it's like, right? In real life, it's kind of up and down, up and down. It's not as structured as this might be, sideways, up, sideways, down, sideways. Now you might get them that look like that, and that's kind of what we have here, where it was pretty goddamn clear, sideways up, sideways down, and then look, sideways, right? And so we went sideways again, and then what? Here's our entry right here, and then we run up. And price tends to stop at support, old support, which is the box on the stage 3, the bottom of the box tends to act as a zone where price gets hung up. Price gets hung up there. If you're not, we've been putting together a newsletter and just an update, publication, just covering Bitcoin and the different ways we're playing Bitcoin with futures, with swing trading through the stock market, through ETFs. Soon it'll be options, and through income producing things like BitO and others. And so if you're not on that, hit that QR code up there. It'll take you right to it, man. And let's see. Let me pull this up. I'm trying to get the link here. We really haven't done much with it yet. We're just getting going. But, if you want to get in on that at the very beginning, it'll be worth your while, I promise you. And we've been pretty tight on this. So if you're not on it, get on it. That's the Bitcoin report we're doing. That'll probably just come out once a week, and we'll have some updates in there. Me and Ethan have been basically trading Bitcoin on futures market 24/7. I seem to always have a trade on. I'm up right now on those trades, a matter of fact. Let me close this out. I'm over here worried about, I got the damn day trade still going. All right. What do they say? All right, new drink. All right, so that's it right there. Click that QR code, hit that link, you can get on it. Appreciate your support on that. And input. Hey, if you want to, leave some comments, post some shit, let's get that going. I'll open a chat room in there for Bitcoin once we have some people. And that way that conversation stays pretty pure right there. Right on points. Not for any other coins, man. Just Bitcoin. Let's see. If you're on Instagram, just go to the Peters report and you can get to this stuff. All right, so today we saw it run up. We saw price run up against resistance. It had stopped here before. Now watch. I want to show you something here, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. That is a doji right there. That is a doji right there. And I thought I saw a third one. I guess I didn't. I was going to say, now that'd have been a lot. You get 3 dojis like that. All right. Let's check in on Chevron. My man mentioned Chevron. Now that the market's closed. I'm closing out these day trades, by the way. Let's see. Let's pull it up over here. Hold on. Look like we'll be. All right, that's Bitcoin Cash you're looking at here. I've got some futures contracts through the Coinbase platform. Me and Ethan probably going to be doing a little bit of a seminar of some sort, trying to show people how to use the Coinbase platform. You can trade oil. You can trade. What all they got on there? They don't have the indexes like the NASDAQ and stuff, though. Right now, it's just pure play on commodities and crypto. The Money Flow Trading Society has started to become, or I'm going to try to push it to be a national movement, man. We should have local meetups. with an energy that gives people purpose, identity, and real world results, man, which is most important. That's why I like doing, helping people make money, preserve their money, to grow their money, whether we're talking day trading, swing trading, position trading, traditional buy and hold, the traditional stuff, the McDonald's, the Verizons, building out that portfolio. I love that shit. And then our new second income stream. Obviously, I love that stuff. And I think that has that and the ability to trade and convincing people to get out of debt and, get things together, like from the free ebook, You Don't Have to Die Broke. All right, so let's check out Chevron here. Well, first, let me look at Apple. Apple's a swing trade, and Apple is in what I was afraid was going to happen. That's why I drew this on here, if you remember. Price is in a sloping down channel. And this is the dreaded down channel that happens. Says GP and the MFG changed my life. So MFG for life. Appreciate you there. So yeah, man, I have this idea, vision of turning this in. There's a couple of stock groups that are national. I mean, they have online stuff. Obviously, I would do online stuff, but local groups allow people to meet in person and be cool. I'd like to go visit local chapters and talk, and I think we could do something with that and combine it with our online. And got the stock mark tattooed on my body because of the MFG, and it's on my vehicle tags. All right, nice. And at the core of all of this of trading, I find that the people who have the hardest time in trading tend to be people that are they're heavy in debt. And they tend to not react well when the money they do have that they're supposed to be making money on in the market, something happens to the market turns, whatever. And so that's why I give away my book, You Don't Have to Die Broke. I charge for a hard copy, but I give away the ebooks because it's like, damn, I know if they don't do that, they're probably not going to stay very long with us inside the Money Flow Trading Society. And so to me, the Money Flow strategy is really a 3-step system for total financial life control: to earn more, spend less, and invest the leftover. But it's not even leftover. That's not the right word. It's to probably invest first, spend less, make more. And the idea is then to put that into assets that are grow or appreciate. Apple is one of them, but right now it is not growing or appreciating. It is actually going down in a sloping down channel. And so depending on what your time frame was or what your game plan was, would dictate what you would do. Let's go through here. Apple, Adobe, Chevron. Let me get to the damn Chevron. And then we'll look at some stage 3s here that we're hitting. I do love Chevron. We got paid dividends today from Chevron. We collected almost $400 in dividends today from Chevron. Morningstar has 150. This is a pretty nice little drawn up chart here. This is from the trade of the week. So if you're on the premium level of the Substack there, the trade of the week, I usually do 2 to 3 charts each week, mark them up better than I normally do, and connect a very short 8 to 10 minute video breaking down that chart. This was one of those charts. And they're always what I believe to be the easiest swing trades. By easiest means the risk level, everything about it is less, in my opinion. So I broke down here. Again, we have a triple top here. Top, top, top. That creates a resistance that'll run all the way across that chart, okay? So that when stocks head up, they're going to run into that resistance. And then if you notice here, 200, look at price gets stuck here. Drops below it, B&B trade, bam, right back to the 200. And so we see price doesn't really, when it does get under the 200, it wants to run right back to the 200. And we call that the B&B trade. And that's another strategy inside of the money flow that sometimes I forget. So we day trade, we swing trade, and then position trade is different than swing trading, but basically the same. And then we have the traditional standard buy and hold dividend portfolio, right? And then we have the B&B, which is just a strategy inside of the money flow. And then we have the second income stream. And that's how I end up with 7, 8, 9 accounts, is as I develop things, I like to compartmentalize them. If I do it all in one account, it's a nightmare. So we're close to hitting that target. Man, and we're right up in where it stopped before, here and here and over in here. So, wouldn't surprise me to see this thing open, jump, come down, and then take off. Man, hold on. I made some money over here. Cost basis, 142.86. And we're now at 143.30. Okay, I'll take it. Making some money back. All right, while we're looking at oil stocks, let's check in on Oxy. Oxy's one we've been playing for a while. I got interested in Oxy when the price went below what Warren Buffett was paying for it originally. That tells me either Warren Buffett is wrong or the stock market is wrong. Let's see, which is not the best way to say that, but by that I mean the people, fear and greed. Fear and greed, man. You can become more, have more, and become more right now with what you have right here. You can only work with what you have right here, right now. But you can believe and dream to infinity. There is no limit on thinking. Thinking is free. And yet the Science of Getting Rich says it's one of the hardest work that man or woman can do. It is one of the hardest of labors, it says. Holding thought in formless substance. That's just where you're thinking. There you go. You can text me if you wanna. Just let that run for a second. So a lot going on this chart of Oxy. Look at that. Oxy's making its run. Man. Broke through the first target. So if price keeps going here, we expect it to go to the $47 range, right? And that would be a completed BNB swing trade. Let's take it up. I got a feeling we're up pretty good in that now. Amgen was one that was a BNB trade that just hit. Now I'm going to show you why we thought this might happen. Well, while we're in the A's, I'm down. I was long May futures or June futures contracts. I don't know why it says May. Should say June. Is there another one? Trimming futures contract June 5th. Okay, here we go. Doji, man. Bam! Doji on an extreme RSI. This is setting up for a stage 3 right at the previous high. 1, 2, 3. Now, I don't know if you're noticing this. We're seeing a lot of goddamn repeating patterns of a triple top. Interesting to me. Very, very interesting that we're seeing this on multiple charts. If you look left, there's a top and a top. So keep an eye on that. But I'm down to just 2. We had a pretty big return here on almost a little over 100 and something percent in about a week and a half on this. Also long gold, also long Bitcoin and oil. So let's pull up the oil, or we're in the A's, right? We did Apple. Apple's breaking down. Babo, B-A-B-O. I like that one. All right, so here's Bristol Myers. Right? What is this? Now, this is a new one I put up on the board here, but that's not even what I wanted to show you. Was if you go to my whiteboard back here, you'll get this out of here. All right, so here we are on my whiteboard on page 35. I normally used to, for years I did this in a notebook, and it slowly developed into this basic outline, but I had new things each week just for my own entertainment. Every so often you'll see over here, I'll put overvalued, fair value, or undervalued. And if I have time, I'm going to work through a lot of stocks on there. Sometimes if I have somebody helping me or we're doing homework together, we can do a round where we blast through the tickers and real quick determine, undervalued or overvalued. And you can do that in Morningstar. You put all your stocks into a thing, pull them up, and you can see the star ranking. Anything that's a 3, fair value. Anything a 4 or 5, undervalued. Anything 2, 3, 2, or 1, then they'd be fair to overvalued. And that's just a visual quick way. So what I'm looking to line up is overvalued. See, undervalued here, overvalued. FCX, T, IBM, and then whatever that one is. All right. So if we come over here to stage 3 and I look across this, if I'm seeing stocks that are overvalued and they're trading in a stage 3, that kind of gives me pause to like, maybe I need to start taking some gains here. Let's see. In the after hours, we're now at 143.60. So I may leave this on. I may take just half of it off here shortly and maybe let the other half roll till tomorrow. We'll see. I hate to do that on a 68 RSI. What was I just looking at? So Clip, if you're in second income stream, you might own Clip. I actually own this. I actually do own it in my second income stream account, and it was 50% margin. I think E-Trade's having some problems with it because it wasn't letting it be used right now. Again, look, came right up to a previous high. It's where we see it stopping. This is one, because it's China-based, that I'm considering trimming a little bit of this to roll it to the BABA, or not BABA. Yeah, what do we call it? BABA. Similar country, similar thing. This is internet. This is tech over there. And obviously, BABA has its single stock risk stuff. This is more of an index. CLIP is the Kane Shares China Internet and Covered Call Strategy ETF. Been in this for a long time. We'll see the comments here. All right, so we got, someone says Dow's looking good. About goddamn time on Dow, huh? We've been with that motherfucker forever. Starbucks is flying too. All right, let's get back to what we're looking at. Pull this back up. Where do I got Starbucks on here? I'm looking to see. May not have it on there. I haven't really talked much about Starbucks because I bought it years and years ago, and I have a chunk of it, and it's just done nothing but pay dividends and slowly go up, you know. But it's one I should talk about more. We put it out on Trade of the Week. Not a week later, fucking exploded. We got lucky on that one. So stage threes consist of Cisco, IBM, Snow, Adobe. I can't read my own writing. Cart, K, Coin, Meta, GLV, Raytheon, United. That's a fertilizer company, UAN. Why can I not read these? Oh, NVDA, NVIDIA, Air, Etsy. Etsy and Carvana. I don't know if you guys took those trades with me. Those are trades of the week. GLD, X dash. All right, so we got a chunk here. But as I look through that, when I'm looking at these stocks, I'm like, is there anything familiar about these? Is there anything connecting these? Yeah, it was a trade of the week. Appreciate that, Blake. Thought it was a trade of the week. So I'm looking for common denominators, or all of a certain sector on a stage three, or on breakouts. Do we see one utility company? You might say, well, where are the others? Well, they're still stage one. Well, maybe this is the canary. Maybe this is the alert saying, hey, look what's coming. And so that's how I'm looking at the whiteboard, as I'm trying to solve a crime is kind of how I look at it. Growth, these are the ones I'm looking at buying this week. It's not necessarily the ones I own or don't own or do want to own. I mean, I do want to own, or either add to or looking to trade them. And you only got so much money in the world. So each week I'm kind of limiting, what I'm looking at. Spec plays, we got Bohr. Now, Bohr's been running. Let's check Bohr out here. Bohr's been running. Bohr has been running with the oils, but it sure got hit hard on the oils on the way down. $3.59 fair value according to Morningstar's algorithms. Puts it right up into here. A little bit past the 200 period moving average. Oh, man, just got hit like a mofo. May is coming back. Oh, man, there we go. Share this tab instead. So we got Bohr right here trading at $3.59. Big pop out of it. Moved from $1.60 to $2.20. Congratulations. Anybody picked up any down in here? Nice run. And I expect us to drift up into the 345 range unless something happens with OPEC and oil and the Russians and whatever and whoever is fucking with oil right now. I don't know what Trump's doing. Hopefully he doesn't throw tariffs on oil, man. That'd be crazy, huh? All right, so Bark, if you look over here, one thing you're going to see, these say spec plays. I'm letting you know, these are speculative. I would not buy as much of this as I do Chevron. I don't own nowhere near as much Bohr as I do Chevron. Matter of fact, I own 20 times more Chevron than I do Bohr. But Bohr could go up 3, 4, 5 times. It could. That is not going to happen when it comes to Chevron going up that much. Let's see. And then in there we got Race. Man, Race was a nice one, huh? Let me see. A lot of people didn't get in Race with me. They didn't understand that one. Some of these I'm just experienced. I've been doing it a long time. I kind of have a feel at times what's going to run, what's not. I'm not trying to say I know. I don't know. And again, look what happens here. Notice this. The triple top. We're seeing across the whole gamut, man. We're seeing this on chart after chart after chart. I don't know if you've noticed. And we came right back into this zone is where it's trying to get. And, hey, are we going to do it 4 times? We might. So we've got divergence. We've got the TSI created by William Blue giving us that curl we like to see, right? And then we got the histogram ticking up. The histogram is ticking in our direction, right? Let's see. Can't see my screen, huh? Let me see what happened here. All right, we back. Everybody can see me. I won't keep us on too much longer. My friend asked about Discord, man. Send me a text message with your email, bro. I can get to you. Get you in. You gotta own my book, okay? You gotta own my book. You gotta own the money flow, or it won't make sense. Outside of that, man, we'd love to have you. Sure, I speak for everyone. All right, let's blow this up. News rank. Hit that QR code up there. Take you to our new Bitcoin publication. We're gonna be putting out. We're just getting kind of going on that. What was this? Race. So some of these high dollar stocks, man, I like them. They move well. This one kind of reminds me of the Dollar General play we had. Remember, a lot of times when I pick a stock, it's not going to be what other people might consider a good play, because we're not buying it when it's good, right? We're buying it when it's bad. And so by its nature, this is one right in here. We were picking up in the 70s. It dipped all the way down into the 60s. And that's Dollar General, right? And now we're up, I don't know, I think most of us are probably up 30, 40%, maybe. See if I can't pull it up. Let's see. All right. Yeah, so 111, we were picking up down in the 70s. Let's pull up my E-Trade account. $709,000, $709,825. Take this down. Margin today, we were down. What was we down? $700. Hold on. Let me see if I can't pull them all up. All right. Let's see. Man, let's see. That's a lot of positions, huh? The Dollar General one's pretty small. So they start out small when they first come in. All right, we're at 52%. And you can see I didn't really take that big a position, man. So I get being up 52% ain't bad. Puts on coin. Nah, bro, we're following the money flow, baby. You could, I guess, if you're just trying to protect some profits or something. I don't. We haven't gotten any signals to sell though. Let's pull up coin here. I mean, I don't see a reason to sell anything. Let's see. Just because it went up, that's not a reason. I don't know, man. You could. I mean, I see what he's looking at. And that's one way to protect profit is you could, you can put on a hedge, so to speak. Stage 1, stage 3, right? And if you look where it hit, it's pretty much near where it hit before, right? So same place, right in there. So it hit here. And we got a box being built. Personally, man, I'd like to see it drop. I know you get a better deal on it right now. If I did puts, if it was me, I'd put half of them on now, and I'd only put the other half if it breaks this 240 range. I don't, maybe we go down to 200 and you catch a $40 drop, and you catch a $50 drop on the first ones you bought, because we do have divergence going in the sense that the MACD histogram is pointing down. Money flow is the best, grabbing all the bottoms. I think so too, man. I appreciate that. We're just kind of doing a what if here, and we're looking at coin. And my man's saying, okay, Gee, if I'm looking at your money flow thing, man, let me draw this real quick. Sideways up, sideways down, sideways up, sideways down, sideways up, sideways down, sideways up, and then sideways. So we're expecting a down. So yeah, I mean, that's what he's doing. You're trying to get ahead of it. Nothing wrong with that. If it don't work, hey, you know, I wouldn't short it, but putting on some puts ain't a bad idea. I don't know what they're selling for. Might be crazy expensive. So you have to see if they're worth it. But I mean, we got to really think we're going to drop below here to make that trade worth it, right? I don't know if we do or not, man. Here's the problem. What's the win for coin? Well, the win for coin is Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin at? Did my Bitcoin chart get taken down? Oh, no. I see. All right. First target was not hit. This is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in a brand new stage 2 breakout, man. TSI just crossed, MACD just crossed the MACD moving average convergence aversion, just crossed the center line right here. You know, I hate it didn't sell off more. I was hoping it would come down to the 200 and then we would run up. If it had pulled back to about 95, I would have liked that a lot better. I really would have liked that a lot better, man. Appreciate you, Carson. Carson Hall. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to go against the wind, you know. The wind is a concept that was put together around. I keep hearing something running outside my door. There's somebody doing some shit right outside my door. Let me see something here. Just a second. Now, something I might do tonight. Might be live trading. And when I say live trading, meaning commentating on it live, I'll have trades on it, and we're talking about the 1 minute, 5 minute, you know, whatever time continuity we decide to use on Bitcoin, because it's a great training tool. I kind of show you how I use Bitcoin to train traders and to teach market structure. And it's not so much about the Bitcoin, you know, as this is a price that can't be, you know, we don't know what it is. And so I can't go back and cherry pick the data. And so this is going to come at us in real time. And so in real time, what I do is explain the money flow. Okay. And, you know, in between we wait. So, you know, we're getting a breakout here. Got a breakout here. A breakout here. Got a breakout here. After this sloping down channel, we weren't on this other one, but, you know, we could have been over here. We were watching it, but that sloping down channel, come on, man, was then broken right here. And so, but now if you notice, we just went from a down channel to a sideways channel. When that channel was broken and came back in, that was a very powerful signal, okay? And that's the kind of things that is we play it out live in real time we can talk about, man. So hopefully get a chance to do that. I feel that it makes sense to go only long. I believe from what I read, market goes up 78% of the time. Why go against it? Yeah, it's more like 70. But you might do it just as if you've made some money and don't want to get out and pay taxes, man. You could put a put on, and there's nothing wrong with just putting one put on to test it, play around, try out the idea. What's up? Can you help me evaluate CVX? I think I caught the bottom. Well, Paul, let us know when you got in, and we'll go back to that one. So give me your numbers where you got in. what your target was, if you had a stop loss at all, and if you were trading with us inside of the money flow, or did you have something else you were doing. This indicator down here, I don't talk about it in the book, but this is actually an indicator called the money flow. Well, it's called money flow. I didn't even know about this indicator when I was first doing what I called the money flow, which is a little different what they call. But I have learned this indicator is very powerful. More powerful probably than RSI. All right, we'll see how this plays out here. That's back to regular Bitcoin. Let me look at this Starbucks. People mentioned Starbucks. All right. Wow. Bam. I mean, hit our target. What did I write up here? The MACD histogram and the TSI have, quote, rolled over, unquote, meaning the indicator is signaling lower prices, but price holds its current level or doesn't move proportionate to the indicators. This is referred to as divergence. So I guess that was over in here. As the indicators turned up, which was over here, by the way. Let me mark where we're seeing what I was talking about there. I should have dated that. I didn't. So what I was talking about was right in here. Is, we had I think we're talking about the opposite, aren't we? I don't know. I didn't put a date. Now I'm off. Anyway, we have some divergence. You think Coke looks attractive? Let me come back to the Starbucks chart, see where I was talking about there. But, I mean, classic money flow chart, so worked out well. We're in Starbucks. We've caught it and ran it up to, it gets, these are my targets. If I was a BNB trading it, meaning anytime you get a blue chip stock trades underneath the 200 period moving average, and you get at least 10%, I want at least 10% from the yellow line down to here when I start buying. And then you can expect it because of that dividend. It's going to get pulled to that 200. Just gets pulled right to it, man. It's crazy. Let's see. I literally had a guy knock on my door today. It asked me for money. I never had anybody knock on the door and do that. What's up, Kim? Kim just walked by. Put that up. We're on Instagram. If you're looking for people to trade with, man, we'd love to have you inside of Money Flow. Yeah, I like this Starbucks play. Let me check Coke, man. I like Pepsi better than Coke, but we can look at it real quick. I don't think Coke's pulled down much, has it? And I thought it was fairly valued. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Boom. I like KLG. Nah. See, that's nothing about this I like. Oh, Coke. My bad. Koke. Yeah, I like, cocaine looks attractive. I'm kidding. To my Coke, the bottling company. Aren't they based in Mexico or some shit? There's a reason I never get on that one. Let me see. Yeah, Coca-Cola Consolidated. Okay, I see what you're looking at. Let me pull up a weekly here. Okay. Bam. That's interesting. Previous high becomes support. And then we have So we're starting to see some, but right now everything's still pointing down, man. Let's go back to the daily. Yeah, I think you could take a shot here, calling that maybe that's the bottom. You know, did it ever stop here before? Yep, right on the fucking money. So stopped. Do we have price above the 5-period exponential moving average? Yeah. If I took a position here, I would take a small one. Okay. We need this level here to hold. If it doesn't hold, I would bail unless you're position trading it. If you're position trading this, you don't get out of your position. All right. You would look to be adding on the next stage 1, and you might get out to trim on a stage 3 if it becomes fair value or overvalued. So look at Cisco. I mean, look at this thing. Cisco falls, stops right at the 200. I mean, this chart here, it's been easy to predict, dude. It's crazy. And we expected it to stop there. It stopped there before, and now it's at the 200. And then where did it stop again? Right at the previous fucking high, dude. So we're seeing that a lot on these charts. Kava. Yeah. So back to our spec plays. Uh-oh. Give me just a second here. All right. Let's pull up Kava here. Sorry about that. So Kava is one of our spec plays, as is Bark, right? As is Fubu. Kava. I've never eaten at a Kava. If anybody has, I'm curious to know if it tastes good. All right. Man, this is not. I mean, we're coming right back into a support area. Yeah, like you said, we got to wait on this thing. So we could come down into there. Still pointing down. No move. Starting to get the histogram to diverge. Okay. That's usually the first sign. Watching CLS still a bit early. I don't know about Kava being stage 1. This is not a stage 1 yet. I mean, it hasn't put in an anchor and closed above the 5. That's trustworthy. It tried to here. And you might could call that a box. And if you do, see, the problem is number 4 comes down below it and knocks it out. But if this was to get back into that box, I'd count it as back in the box. If price comes down and then goes right back up into what we call the box area, or what was the previous box, I might be all over that, man. Instagram, if you go to geraldpeters.info or click that QR code, guys, get on our new Bitcoin letter. I'd appreciate it. It's free for now, and we'll have some grandfather stuff that everybody helps us. And we're going to talk primarily about Bitcoin and different ways to play it, trade it, all the different ways. So whenever I do something, I'm looking at it. How can I buy and hold this? How can I swing trade this or position trade it? Is there a day trade? What is the option for making money? There's always more than one way, and not all the ways are going to make sense all the time. I love how these people are just staring at me. All right, what would we do here? For the Bitcoin letter. CELH having a comeback according to Sugar Lumps. I'm kind of other than that. Fuck that stock. Back to the Coke thing. Yeah, an MPW, I like that. I think you could pick that one up maybe in your margin account. I don't know what the margin is on that. But let's check that real quick. And if you should know how to check margin. I'm gonna do an E-Trade, probably a video or a live here soon on. Look at Etsy. Bam. Remember this one? A lot of people didn't take this trade with me. Etsy's now at $65. And look at this. Learn this here. Learn this. This will make you money. That doji on that RSI with that money flow, forget about it, man. And the MACD, and you're starting to get the curl. You can jump this, catch the exact top or bottom quickly if you learn how to do what's called confluence, meaning lining up the different indicators to see what they look like before they do something. Sometimes you can jump it, man. Sometimes you can. That was Etsy. That's some of the weirder ones. I like Pepsi here. Probably got a pop today. No, I'm surprised this hasn't popped, guys. You know, they're taking this down. This has come down way down low. All right, she's saying that MPW is 30% maintenance margin. So that's one you might could take as a trade inside of the CISP, second income stream. Let's look at what that looks like. I think I marked it up already for that. Man, look at that. It has stopped here before. I own a bunch of this. Shit, I bought 1,000 shares one time when YieldMax paid me. This thing had fallen all the way to like $3 and something. I got paid $3,000 by YieldMax. I took the whole thing and I bought 1,000 shares of this. Then the bitch ran to $6. So I did it back here where I put the $3,000 all into that and then ran it to $6. I don't know how you factor that into your NAV erosion, but I'm a trader. Traders do what traders do, make money. So, that's why the NAV erosion things it's different for me than I think for other people. I don't know. I'm not worried about it as much because I'm making money and I'm allocating the dividends to the right thing at the right time, which I think will produce and outperform the market. I like this here, my friend. Like I said, I own a chunk of shares now. Don't let me lie to you. Let me see how much I own. I'm over here. I might be speed babbling, making up shit. MFA, man, that thing took off. Okay, Gilead. Seeing this thing, man. Hold on, man. Come on, man. All right. Now you see this? So they got me paying $4 and something. But that's in my SEP. I have this in a couple of different accounts. Anyway. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. I like it. I might trim some Cisco if you haven't. I might trim some 3M if you haven't. I think this is overpriced. It might want to go higher. I don't know. But worth a trim. Any of them that once they start banging those 70 RSIs and you've gone and you've checked and they're fair value. So the one of the things I do whenever I'm doing my homework, anything all stage threes, I run a check against them looking for fair value, overvalued, or undervalued. Okay. All stage threes all the time. That's the one I want to do because they're the ones running up. If I do want to NU breakout crossing the 200. Let's see. Oh, geez. Yawning. Christ. Ooh, big breakout. My. I'm not in you, but look at these money flow patterns are beautiful. This one reminds me of air. Just perfect patterns. Look at this. Man, I love it. And when you get those perfect patterns, you can see them on the other indicators, you know. Oh, was I not sharing that? I'm sorry. So here's what I was saying. Here, let me clear it. This thing had perfect, it looks a lot like air. So you got stage 1, 3, 1. That becomes the 3. It was a stage 2 breakout that failed. 1, 2, and then 3, and then here's 1. And look where it stopped. Right where it stopped before. Look at that. Here, well, here it did a box, and here it did a box, and here it did a box. That, my friends, can't see the charts again, huh? How about that? Well, WU. So we have some good tickers people posted there. Was NU. We might have I need to do a bring me your ticker night or something. Okay, it looks like some people can see the chart. I don't get it here. Be honest, I don't know what new is. What is new? Is this it's gotta be a tech company, right? All right, WU. Western Union. Ugh. Are you talking about Western Union, bro? Man, I think this is going to go the opposite way of crypto, don't you think? I don't know. It could be valuable. Maybe there's something else that I don't know about. It blows my mind people still use Western Union. So I don't know. I feel like this thing's been going down a while, huh? Well, this is where it stopped last time. Maybe on to something here. Look. That's where it stopped last time. I don't know about the Western Union one, man. But I could be wrong on that. I haven't. This is not one I've researched. I'm gonna be honest. I've found many like that where you might at first think, man, there ain't nothing to this, bro. Maybe he meant that when he said the charts. $17, huh? Yeah, maybe they make money other ways than I'm thinking too. So that happens a lot. Some companies can reinvent themselves, so to speak. Let's see. Hey, Sony, send me a text again. I know I have you in there. I don't know if I put you in my address book though. It's easier to talk to me that way than through DMs and stuff. So text me again, and we can talk about Telegram and other shit. What else? Just kind of looking at my whiteboard here. If you wonder how I do my homework, come over here, and if you click It'll take you to the ultimate guide to your money flow homework. Probably one of our more viewed articles. Did I not update this? This should be updated. Hold on a second. Huh. I was thinking I had the wrong whiteboard on there for a second. Yes, not. Sure didn't look right. Huh. I thought I wrote Group A and all that in. Now, hold on. I may need to update that, man. I'm slacking there. Jeez. Get your head out your ass, Joe. Maybe I didn't update it. Anyways, just a few things I added to the board here, but you'll note my board will change as I go through. Around Friday, I start taking it down. Yeah, Louis Vuitton. That was what I wanted to cover. Thank you. If you read my notes here, you kind of see what I'm expecting to happen throughout the week, right? And it's a little blurry. I don't know why it's so damn blurry. Amgen hit BNB target. I was just letting people know. Silver hit the target. Oil trades top of mind, meaning when I say that, I expect this week is when we got to play them, and we're starting to see that now. IP, international paper, I'm considering cutting that from the portfolio. Iron Mountain hit the target. I was saying I like VTR here. That's a REIT, assisted living REIT for old people. Old fuckers like me. Let's see. Labor was fine. CPI, we already had that out today. What else? Breakouts in pharma. I'm just trying to read. These were the notes I was writing on Sunday night. These are things that I'm thinking about, right? I'm thinking about what's the laggards? Where's the win? And if we looked on the win, what are the laggards? Well, on the win, we had the bonds at the bottom, and then gold, and then Bitcoin, and then oil. So oil had been moving up the list. So I expected it to follow through this week, and we'd see some playing out. And I expect the Qs, the SPY, and the Dow will pause here. They're either going to roll over, and we should see it, and then, maybe start considering shorting or hedging. It's a little early yet for me to get on that train, okay? That's all I got today. I don't want to stay on too long. We have a lot of trades going. I've been taking down my triple leveraged stuff. Let me look at Louis Vuitton just real quick. Fresh stage 1 on 3M. Wow. Pull up Louis Vuitton. Well, it tried to run, huh? It tried to break out over here. Came right back down. Yeah. We got some support there. If this 105 breaks, I wouldn't want to ride this down. I would probably start taking down my shares. I'd cut them in half if it broke. I'd be quick to put them right back on, So that's cool too, man. You got to get used to doing that. Well, I tell you what, man. Let's see. I do appreciate everyone that came today, man. We've been going a little long. Wrap it up here in let me see. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you for listening. So a little discombobulated there. Try to be back to the last live.